The first time I met him, he apologized, softly, for staring too long, like his eyes might break something fragile he wasn't sure he could fix. His voice was quiet, like a secret whispered in a church pew. When I laughed, he held his breath, careful not to disturb the moment. He was precise, with his words, with his hands, with me. When I was upset, he kissed my wrist with a tenderness I thought only saints knew. He prayed over my restless nights, folded my clothes with reverence, like each thread held a prayer. Everyone said I was lucky. How rare it was to find a man who loved like that, but I could see it in his eyes, at dusk, when the light left the room, that he was keeping a secret, one that didn't trust the dawn. One weekend, he left, said he was visiting his mother. No calls, no texts, just a photo of a church bulletin and a "miss you" message sent from a number I didn't recognize. When he returned, he smelled different, sharp, like cedar mixed with whiskey. His walk was different too, like someone had hit *reset*, but forgot to turn the warmth back on. That night, he touched me as if I were a stranger. No prayers, no pauses, just cold hands and colder eyes. It was the kind of touch that said, "You don't know me." I said nothing, but inside, I felt the man who kissed my wrist disappear like smoke through cracked windows. Days bled into weeks, and I learned to live with both versions of him, the one who left fresh flowers in my shoes, and the one who vanished for days without a word. The man who wept in the dark, mumbling scripture between shaky breaths, and the one who laughed with strangers, like I was a ghost in his past. Sometimes he'd be restless at midnight, pacing the floor, talking to himself softly, like he was arguing with shadows. Other times, he'd disappear for hours, then return smiling, like the sun had broken through a long storm. I tried to track the changes, moods, colognes, silences, but love makes fools out of scientists. I stopped counting the day I found his journal left open on the kitchen table. It wasn't poetry. It was confession. Letters to a woman who wasn't me. He told her she made him feel real. He told her he couldn't breathe with me. He wrote that God placed us both to test two halves of the same broken soul. She didn't know I existed, and when I called her, her voice cracked like mine once did. We weren't enemies. We were mirrors, reflecting different pieces of the same fractured man. The last time he touched me, he asked if I wanted children. I said no. He smiled, a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, and said, "That's good." 3 weeks later, I was throwing up in his bathroom, and this time, he didn't come back. Not the soft one, not the sharp one. No calls, no prayers, just silence. I raised our daughter alone. Some nights, she hums to herself before bed, the same quiet song he used to sing while brushing his teeth in the morning light. Other days, she looks at me with eyes that question the empty space where her father should be, as if she carries a piece of both versions of him, a puzzle I will never solve. People ask me why he left, why I stayed, why I never walked away sooner. I just say, he was the man of my dreams on the days he wasn't someone else's.